Finally, the Breakfast Club's Jess Hilarious speaks to Tony Yayo and Uncle Red Rum about Claressa Shields, offers a word of advice moving forward. Let's talk. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, this came across the desk, right? A bunch of you guys sent me this clip. The Real Report with Tony Yayo and Uncle Red Rum. They did an interview with the Breakfast Club's Jess Hilarious, and she had interesting things to say. I'll give you my opinions on it. She talked, the first question regarding Claressa and Remy was about Remy being on stage saying, "You ain't getting half a ish" to Papoose, meaning the divorce proceedings are getting messy and you're not getting half of my money, half of my assets, right? She goes on to say that she relates and understands where Remy is coming from. Play the clip.
Nah, man, listen, I get what Remy is saying. You know, when you've been like taking care of a nigga, you know what I mean, for this long and this long and that long.
Papoose said he wrote the lyrics though too. So.
I mean, he said that, you know.
I mean, he said that. So it don't sound like she believed that, right? And she says something else that leads me to believe that she don't believe that he's responsible for her musical success. But you heard her. She said, when you're taking care of a ninja.
I'm saying, but
Remy had hits.
Remy
before
said he did.
before
you
she
know
was
what
with
I'm
Papoose.
saying? So and we know Rem gets busy, you know, with her
rap,
pen.
you can't lie.
We
Rem can
also
rap
know
her
Pat
ass
gets
off.
crazy
He
too.
can rap, yeah.
This nigga will go in. Like, we know that, you know.
But Rem can rap her ass
yeah,
off.
you
Let's
know what
not
I mean?
act like
Absolutely.
Rem can't rap her ass off.
So and was like and been like.
Keep in mind, Uncle M, he a rapper. And so is Tony Yayo. And they're all in agreement that Remy can rap. No, ain't nobody saying Claressa can rap for real. But all three of them on this pod, from Jess to Uncle M to Yayo, they're all agreeing Remy is the truth on the mic.
Like that, you know. So my question is, who writing her shit now? If he was writing it all this stuff, who writing her shit now?
Because she definitely sounding good.
Still giving
Still bodying
Rem
them
like,
shits, yes.
yep, don't ever sound like she took a
agree
day
with
off.
that.
So it's like,
I agree
you
with
know,
that.
but I totally do.
Now, if you pay attention, who else has been telling you guys that? That's one of my main talking points that I've been saying is Papoose is like, hey, yo, it never affected her. Yeah, I didn't want to say nothing, but I wrote like 90% of her hits. I got emails and da-da-da, never affected her, right? That's what Papoose is claiming. My main rebuttal has always been what Jess Hilarious just said, right? If you are responsible for Remy's musical success, one, how is she doing it now that you guys aren't on good terms and, you know, you're trying to go through a divorce, right? Who's writing it now? Because she sounds the same, if not better. Two, where are your hits? Ever since you left Remy, ever since you left, right? Ever since you left, you ain't had a hit. You ain't really had a hit your whole career. But you dang sure don't have a hit after leaving Remy. These people go backdoor you. Boom, boom, boom. Your mama go backdoor you. Boom, boom, boom. Your sister will backdoor. Like, no. Nobody's jacking that. And three, if you wrote all of those hits for a female rapper, how come Claressa Shields, your current, sounds so trash on this here microphone? Here, you could take the mic home with you, looking like a cyclone hit you. Like, how does Claressa sound so horrible? Literally on DAZN a couple of days ago, Claressa Shields was like, oh, they wanted me to rap freestyle with 3 words. DAZN, something, something, Quote, and Atlanta. And it was like the most preschool rap that one could rap. The most I eat glue Crayola Shields crayon-esque rap that was humanly possible. And she was like reciting it in her head, and they showed it on camera. Like, it's 3 easy words. And she was like, that goat is in Atlanta. That goat is about to fight. That goat is about to home. And on the zone. That goat is about to fight. Get the fight on your home. Bow. It had the nerve to say bow after that. So, yeah. Claressa claims she's the upgrade while the world thought Pat was going to downgrade. Surprise, he did. Because he went from a class female rapper that, again, everybody on this podcast is praising for her rap ability to Miss, I'm about to fight at home, bow. That's who. Honey, daddy, I'm not a bully. You ain't got it. Claressa ain't got it, man. But let's keep going.
You get it, but whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever works for you, do that. But I ain't into that. I've been in relationships where I've been taking care of niggas for real. And that shit hurt.
Maybe you should talk to them because you got the book about
I don't need to say shit to them niggas.
No, I'm talking about Remy and Pat. Think about it.
I'm like, no, one's an
I
Uber
bring that up
driver,
because it's co-parenting. You know what I mean? They got a beautiful daughter.
She said one of them niggas is an Uber driver, nigga. Just make sure you don't drink and drive, nigga. But I ain't got nothing for you, nigga.
Good luck dropping off my fans to my show, nigga.
I ain't got nothing for you, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
She talking spicy. You did something wrong, homie. Yeah.
Nah, see, the thing about it is, talking to Rem and Pat,
sometimes you got to mind the business that
you know what I'm
minds you
saying?
too,
To be honest, because it don't even really seem like she wanted.
Quick critique. I understand it's a new podcast or whatever, but they got to work on it. It's a little bit rough, in my opinion. It's like 3 people, but you would swear it's 12 people talking because they talking all on over each other. There has to be some like kind of decorum and like, you know, you got to know when to jump. It's like hopscotch, double dutch or something. Double dutch, I meant. You got to know when to hop in or whatever. They're like jumbled over, talking over each other. I can't even really make out some of this.
Want to talk to Pat. It don't seem like Pat want to talk to her. It seemed like the one that always want to talk is, you know what I'm saying? The quote. You know what I'm saying? That's the one that always want to talk, yo. She don't never know how to just be like, look, yo, I ain't here to talk about that. I don't care. You know what I mean? That's what I want her to do, though, to be honest. Like, yeah, I really do want her to get to a point where she could be like, look, fuck all that. The rest we gonna move in silence with. I ain't got time to be nobody clickbait. I don't want nobody to keep asking me how long I'm gonna be with this woman's husband. And I ain't got time for that shit. Listen. I'm happy. I'm with my guy. What y'all see is what y'all get. That's it. Boom. Don't.
Once again, same talking points that I've had. Same talking points that a lot of bloggers and YouTubers and content creators that will be on the right side of history with this whole Pat Claressa stuff have said, right? The bottom line is Claressa is stubborn. She don't want to listen. She thinks she's above it. Good luck with that. I know this because I study my craft and I've covered her long enough. You get to see the psychology behind it of one's thinking. Right? And I'm not just trying to psychoanalyze somebody, but she literally put out a tweet the other day and she was like, I'm paraphrasing, if you don't know by now, I don't care what nobody thinks and da-da-da-da. And for me, that much has to be true and apparent because you continue to look foolish, right? You continue to look a whole fool on social media and seemingly don't care, and you'll come back for seconds and thirds right after it. Like, you're getting backlash for Miss Shanika in that whole like debacle, and I'm not going to bring up every detail because I've already made content about it. But that don't even have no time to breathe. Yeah, breathe. You got to let it breathe, huh? Right? Don't even have no chance to breathe. And you're doing this Cam Newton interview, and that's even worse than the Shanika interview with Young Jock. So this girl really don't get it. And I'm going to finish up this clip. If you made it this far, consider subscribing and hit the like button. I'll finish the clip and then I'll be back with some of my closing thoughts.
Yeah, I really do want her to get to a point where she could be like, look, fuck all that. The rest we gonna move in silence with. I ain't got time to be nobody clickbait. I don't want nobody to keep asking me how long I'm gonna be with this woman's husband. And I ain't got time for that shit. Listen. I'm happy. I'm with my guy. What y'all see is what y'all get. That's it. Boom. Don't even keep bringing up Remy.
Gotcha.
Like don't bring her up. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. You know, cause he telling you what he telling you. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm just saying niggas is always on your head not because you ranting and raving about being with Pat, but you always allow whoever's interviewing you to get you to trick you out your spot to always bring this lady up. Like, don't bring her up.
Before the interview, you can say, yo, listen.
Just don't
even bring Remy. I don't
you know what I'm saying? Just don't do it.
Let's talk about me and what I
mean?
got going on.
And I know Shorty, you know what I'm saying? I know Shorty can fight, but just still, like, all that shit don't matter.
Shit, fuck a nigga up, nigga say something.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And I do believe that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Remy shoots.
You know what I'm saying? And that's different. You know what I mean? But just still.
Shout out to the shooters.
Outside of that, like, yo, just, it's all right. Just like tunnel vision.
Right.
You're fighting. Amazing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your career.
Facts.
You in love with a man that loves you, that got your back.
Right.
Boom. Let's keep pumping that, pushing that. Don't bring up the other side at all. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're going to ask them questions trying to go viral.
Yeah. And she always let them do that.
How do you balance?
Boom. So, I got a lot to say. It is. It's not that I disagree with Jess Hilarious. Because largely, as I stated, what she's saying is stuff that I personally have said, and I got the track record and the videos up and the content to prove it. So we don't really even disagree. But I do have a criticism. One big criticism here, right? You are a part of the Breakfast Club. You guys, the Breakfast Club, have had Claressa Shields as a live in-studio guest. So my question is, how do you go on another podcast that's not yours, this whole Yayo Uncle M pod, right? And you're providing this valuable insight and experience, which kind of aligns with what I've said and other people who are covering the Claressa Papoose stuff have said. But then when she was in your studio multiple times, y'all, I'm just going to say collectively, the BC Breakfast Club, y'all aren't telling her this. So on one hand, I respect the insight because I think that was truthful and valid. I also don't respect it because you had the person in front of your face multiple times. Like, even if you didn't catch her this time, and, you know, sometimes conversations you don't have a chance to, especially on a podcast, right? You have a window, you have a time limit or whatnot. The celebrity has to go, has another meeting or something. So you may not have time to bring up every question you want. I've done interviews. I've done media scrums. I get that, right? But she's been on the podcast multiple times, and y'all still don't say this type of stuff. Y'all be kissing her butt. And I've already made videos about the Breakfast Club and how they basically pom-pom waving for Claressa Shields. And it's really sickening, man. It's truly sickening because that's not how people get better. You don't get better by having a bunch of yes men and women and you can do no wrong and everything you say goes. We are humans. We aren't perfect, right? So at the end of the day, others can provide you valuable insight. So I agree with what Jess was saying, but I just wish you would have said it to her. Like, I don't know, are people afraid of Claressa Shields? Like, Jess is a woman. Claressa is like big, broad shoulders, could box. So maybe you just don't want to like offend her. Like, is that what's going on? Like Mike Tyson, prime Mike Tyson, or even maybe now, if you're interviewing Mike, you know, sometimes male reporters, they got to watch what they say because he a loose cannon. And, hi, it's me, Mike Tyson. What did he say? You a real piece of you a piece of rat Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to see Mike flip. So is that what's going on? These people don't want to be real when she's in their presence, even though clearly you feel like this because you told Yayo and them, right, how you felt. I wish Claressa Shields, the quail, you know, with this quail hairdo she got, would be like, man, F all that. We're happy, not entertain all the questions. I just don't get, unless people are fearful or being paid off, or I don't know. I can't really speak to other people's situation, but you should have said this to her. You know what I mean? Instead, the Breakfast Club is coddling her, in my opinion. Y'all got the donkey of the day. That's a routine segment y'all got. Y'all the donkey of the day, and she the donkey of the day because y'all ain't keeping it real. You know what I mean? You're not keeping it real with her at all. You could have told her right then and there, hey, sis, you a great boxer, right? But this whole papoose business, keep that on the low. You know, you guys just love each other. You know, you don't have to answer every question. Everything you just said, I'm not going to repeat everything, but everything you just said, you could have literally gave her that game. And guess what? I've studied Claressa Shields' moves. I know the personality, right? The same thing happened to me will happen to you, right? Me and Claressa, no issues. We were good. The moment I started speaking and giving, like she started like going way off, veering off, and I'm like giving simple, positive critique, like really constructive criticism. I didn't want to see Claressa Shields fail or lose. She a black woman, an American. I'm an American, right? Why would I just think about it? Some people are like, oh, you always hated Claressa Shields. That's stupid. I've been doing this YouTube longer than most YouTubers, right? 15 plus years. So she turned pro in 2016. I was at her first fight. I interviewed her at her first fight. I have the clips, right? And other fights after that. She was in Atlanta at the Gervonta fight and so on and so forth. In Vegas for, I believe it was Broner Maidana. My memory's great, right? So why would I wait 10 plus years to get into it with Claressa Shields? So I waited. That was my master plan. Wait 9 years and have no issue, and then just start having critiques on Claressa. It just, come on, bro. My track record speaks for itself. I never started, but I will finish it. So people need to start keeping Claressa accountable. That's it. Good fighter. And like the people that I've seen, at least, that are giving her this game, nobody's saying she can't fight. I literally have not heard that. People might question your resume or your knockouts, you know, the quality of opponent, but nobody says you yourself can't scrap and you don't know how to box or you're a terrible boxer. No one's really said that I've seen, right? She can't take criticism. She can't take the heat. So I think Jess Hilarious and other people, they realize that you'll be on her bad side if you stand up to her, point blank, period. The same thing, like if Jess Hilarious, everything she said to Yayo, and as a recording, she's in fight week. So I haven't personally seen her respond to Jess Hilarious because maybe she had a media day and stuff. It might not have come across the desk. But don't be surprised if she put out a tweet like, oh, she corny, why you ain't say it to my face, or anything else after the fact, once she gets wind that Jess Hilarious said that to Yayo and Uncle M. That's the type of person that she is, right? You can try to sugarcoat it. You can be in denial. That's who she is. Point blank, period. can't take criticism, even if it's constructive, nasty, spiteful, mean-spirited, vindictive, a lot of venom and vitriol, expletives and cussing. This is just what you got. Great fighter, not so balanced and stable on the other side, outside of the ring stuff, right? The other thing, I've said it time and time again, all the flack she's getting for her relationship is 100% her fault. Let me explain. The reason it is Claressa Shields' fault is because Papoose is not even a factor like that. We know him from Remy. People can't name a song, a chorus, or an album that he did that they like and can rap a verse, right? Like Biggie. You could take somebody who's a hip hop head and say, what's your favorite Biggie song? Spit some bars. You absolutely cannot do that for, it never affected her Papoose. You can't, right? You tried to make this Black Love 2.0. You try to make your relationship, you guys together made it all about your relationship, you know, and started doing weird things like copying Remy's sauce, copying her swag, the way she dresses, and so on and so forth, right? You did that. So naturally, the blogs and people seen this and they picked up on it like, hey, Remy had a fit that looked just like that. Remy had a hairstyle that looked just like that. You know, that looked Remy inspired. That's why Remy said on Angie Martinez's interview recently, I got to be quiet. I got to be cool. People be watching. They be trying to, you know, copy the steez, right? That's why she said, I swear to God, I'm on these B's mood board because of people like Claressa Shields. We seen you dressing like Adam Sandler when you first came out, dressing like Teen Wolf with the Letterman. You didn't know how to dress. You dressed like a tomboy or something. Teen Wolf. You know what I mean? This is how you was dressing. This is how you was styling your hair. You wasn't really so much on the makeup and stuff. And now all of a sudden, you got these looks that look identical to something Remy would wear or Remy circle like Juju. So, yeah, it's your fault you get all the Papoose heat. You're parading around with a married man, and he don't, in my opinion, he don't really rock with you and care about you like that. You could lie to Cam Newton and say, oh, he loved me more and all that. He loved you more, but the inception of your relationship, we've seen the text messages from Remy where literally you are begging for his attention, begging for gifts. Oh, if I ask for flowers, I'm tripping. It's okay. You don't have to explain nothing, Pap. Pap, both of your phones is dead. Oh, not one, but two phones. You drained the battery. Oh, you could have told me you fell asleep in the Sprinter. So it just got a million times better. That's the beginning. That's the origin. Like, that's supposed to be your honeymoon stage. And he not caring about communicating with you and stuff like that. And then you have the nerve to say you weren't a side chick. That's exactly how you would treat a side chick, right? And then the only reason you need to thank Remy. The only reason you guys are public is because Remy outed you, right? It would have probably been his dirty little secret, you know, unless the media or something, TMZ, caught y'all slipping at a restaurant and put y'all on blast. But if someone didn't blast you, you guys would have probably been behind the scenes. So you are the one that keep bringing up the relationship. So don't be mad when people ask you about it. Don't be mad at all when people are like, hey, that's a married man. And then you're like, you know what you're doing because you keep double downing on it. You be like, that's my hubby. My hubby rubbed my feet. Oh, my hubby, my hubby. So, of course, naturally, the comments are going to be like, that's not your husband. He's Remy's husband. And then you like, hey, don't say that. He not Remy's husband. He not no one's husband but mine. I'm the stepmom. You doing all this goofy stuff. I can't wait. I can't wait till the day. I don't know what it is, but there'll be a defining moment in this storyline. And Claressa going to look so crazy. And I cannot wait for that day. So stay tuned.